The trend looks like it's up. I don't know why anyone would try to fight this, but there are people out there that don't want to see a $70,000 Bitcoin. So they're going to try to fight this. There'll be some losses. I think there'll be a lot of losses, actually, because people will resist this. And then what they'll do is, as soon as they capitulate, the trend will accelerate. It will go even further than possibly it should have gone in the first place. Dude, I get so excited about digital because the trend that I am seeing, the whole 19th and 20th century construct is falling apart. And that's a trend that I'm going to play, okay? This is why I can get so heavily invested in Bitcoin, because it is so obvious to me none of these models are working. I don't think any business from the 20th century, in fact, I don't believe any construct from the 20th or 19th century survive the next decade.
Gary Cardone's perspective on market trends is clear. While trends can be favorable and provide momentum, they are also subject to rapid shifts that demand constant vigilance. He argues that many investors and companies fall into the trap of following trends too rigidly, especially when they show signs of waning. The trend is your friend, he says, until it's not. When discussing Bitcoin, for instance, Gary highlights its current positive momentum and advises caution against shorting it. He suggests that resistance to a rising trend can lead to substantial losses as the market continues its upward trajectory. Investors, Gary cautions, often fight these trends due to emotional attachment or outdated strategies, ultimately leading to capital losses. For him, one of the critical skills in trading and investment is learning when to let go.
I've seen people be right in the long term, but be short in the short term. So when a market's going against you, the trend is your friend. You can't fight that trend. And for instance, Bitcoin right now is on a move. The trend looks like it's up. I don't know why anyone would try to fight this, but there are people out there that don't want to see a $70,000 Bitcoin. So they're going to try to fight this. There'll be some losses. I think there'll be a lot of losses, actually, because people will resist this. And then what they'll do is, as soon as they capitulate, the trend will accelerate. It will go even further than possibly it should have gone in the first place. So the trend is your friend. If a market's going down, a market tends to continue to go down until it doesn't. You know, someone was saying to me the other day, the 2021 vintage of investments in the tech world were done at extreme levels. I know one company that raised money at $6.8 billion valuation, and they were doing maybe $150 million of revenue. Total revenue, not income, total revenue. Now that trend where you have tons of shareholders coming into the blockchain, crypto, reporting, analytics world. Let's take a company like Chainalysis. Everybody and their brother wanted to buy Chainalysis, and that will continue. That trend is your friend. You have to be very careful with this phrase. The trend is your friend. There is a comma until it's not, okay? Dude, I get so excited about digital because the trend that I am seeing, the whole 19th and 20th century construct is falling apart. And that's a trend that I'm going to play, okay? This is why I can get so heavily invested in Bitcoin, because it is so obvious to me none of these models are working. I don't think any business from the 20th century, in fact, I don't believe any construct from the 20th or 19th century survive the next decade. I think that they all get that's like NATO, the EU construct, all the alliances made in the 20s, in the 20th century, they're all falling apart. I think there's a lot of people out there between the ages of 50 and 25 that may enter industries that will literally won't be here in 3 years. And I would be looking at where is the puck going? You know, they asked Gretzky, that great hockey player, hey, how do you play the game so well? And he said, I focus on where the puck's going, not where the puck is. So I would encourage you to do that with your career. I would encourage you to do that with any trade. Oh, by the way, if you're in a Bitcoin trade, you're in a US dollar trade, you're in NVIDIA, you're in the FANGs, whatever, there does come a point where the trend is no longer your friend. You really need to know that when that turn has occurred, because that's where a lot of losses happen, when somebody just gets stuck on a trade and they can't get out of it. And I see a lot of this tribalism, this very concrete thinking in the digital space. I hear this frequently where people are, hey, I really like this company, so I'm going to invest. And I'm like, yeah, but their chart sucks. XRP's chart sucks. I'm sorry, man. Okay, Cardone chart sucks. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at this. Matic sucks. Like, I don't know why you guys would get so married to some of these because you like their story. Everyone's got a story, man. Okay? Good people have a story and bad people have a story. Psychopaths have a story and non-psychopaths have a story. So everyone's got a story. It doesn't make money. Stories don't make money unless you can sell those stories. So what I do know is that the people in the next 10 years that are going to do exceptionally well are people that do not have to be comfortable. They'll be very, very okay with an environment that's really almost new, that you have to look at it with a different framework. And this is why I say, hey, the trend is your friend until it's not. We have a very large number of until it not moments, okay? I mean, like, we have a lot of those happening right now. And when system changes, you know, a lot of people will say, hey, the system's failing. System is not failing. The system is mutating, okay? It's mutating to solve the future problems. So this isn't about right or wrong. This is about the evolution of a market. People should not start thinking about this as being right or wrong. It just is, okay? And money has a tendency to just sort many things out.
Gary's outlook on the coming decade remains optimistic despite his concerns. He's excited about the opportunities in digital assets and new technologies and believes that significant progress is on the horizon for those willing to embrace change. While acknowledging the risks, he feels confident that those who can tolerate ambiguity and discomfort will thrive in the evolving economy. Gary's key takeaway is clear. Recognize the until it's not moments in every trend, understand when to pivot, and always stay ahead of where the puck is going.
And by money, I mean how things gravitate toward an environment. And economics have a really cool way of sorting issues out. So I don't just chase the money. I kind of chase the trend of what's getting ready to happen. And I think this is why I'm so excited about digital, because there's just so much to do in this space. And there'll be very few people who actually can do extremely well in an environment that doesn't have a lot of rails around it, right? Like, this is a new business. You don't really know where it starts, where it ends, what the lines are. It's a little gray. Many people aren't comfortable in that grayness. So I am, and that it'll be great for me. And that will never change my whole life. I will be very comfortable with this kind of discomfort. So that's my views on the trend is your friend until it's not. One example, for instance, media, mainstream media, there is no end to this, okay? The trend is you could short the shit out of CNN right now. This would be a great trade. CNN just took a $10 billion write down in one quarter. I do not see how mainstream media recovers from this, okay? We have a lot further to go. We need to see CNN claim bankruptcy. Fox gets off the news. And then they'll start, you know what they'll do? Guarantee you, if I do this every day, this is what I was thinking, Sam. If I did this every day for an hour, went live, and we probably should, I will get a note from CNBC, Fox News. Hey, we want you to come do a show. Guarantee you do. Guarantee you that we'd get paid a lot of money to do it, because there's not going to be people that can do this, dude. There are so few people that have content. Me and Yusko were talking about this yesterday. There's no content. People are making stuff up. right? The day of the interviewer is done. The day of Anderson Cooper getting $20 million to put powder on his face, get in front of a $7 million platform, a studio that they got to change every 3 or 4 years to remain relevant. I think CNBC spent $100 million. The math here is so bad, dude. Like, you can't spend $100 million, and me and Sam, what do you think I spent on it? 30 grand? 30 grand, man, and my time. Okay, but Anderson Cooper's never going to do this. Don Lemon's never going to do this. You know why? They can't. Don Lemon has no content other than him sucking on whatever he likes and then his cocaine binging. He has no content. He interviews people that are relevant at the time of the news stream. For me, I'm interested in interviewing and having conversations with people that are building this country back. There's so many opportunities here. So, and there's a trend. Okay, America has to rebuild itself. Zero options. Now, we can decide to take all this money to Ukraine and rebuild the Ukraine. We are literally falling apart right here. So there's a trend that we need to reverse rapidly. Anyway, I'm really excited about the next 10 years because I think people are pissed off, and you should be pissed off, because the people who have been serving us talk about the friend is your trend. They have been not friendly to us at all. They've actually been our enemies. And those are the guys we need to get out of office, get out of political office, get out of our business world, and reset. Otherwise, entire countries are going to take massive market share from us if we're not careful. And I think we've already not been very careful. We've been actually stupid. It almost looks, at this point, intentional to harm America. So I hate to say that, but it sure looks that way.
Gary Cardone's insights highlight the importance of staying adaptable and recognizing shifts in market momentum. His philosophy that the trend is your friend until it's not serves as a powerful reminder that successful investing and career growth require constant vigilance, an open mind, and the courage to follow the flow of change. As we navigate this digital era, it's crucial to stay aligned with evolving trends while also knowing when it's time to pivot.
Please like and subscribe my channel.